What's up, Lola babes? So, it's been a minute since I've been here. I think my last podcast was God's Grace. My last episode was God's Grace. And when I clicked onto my podcasters, it had like a year wrap up, right? And it showed that my most popular episode was actually my first episode. I think it was my first or second episode, called Life Be Lifin'. And it's crazy that that was my number one episode because life literally be lifing all the time. And as 2023 comes to an end, life still is lifing. And I honestly believe that the year of 2023 was a year of declaration, a year of removing things that no longer benefited you, a year of becoming who you're meant to be, finding your purpose and aligning yourself with your true passion. In 2023, a lot of people lost people, not by being unalived, but by just being removed. And not forcefully, just some people just fell off. Some people just backed off. Some people just distanced themselves for the betterment of maybe themselves or maybe not, you know. The year 2023 taught a lot of us some lessons, some hard lessons. The year 2023 was some battles. We're leaving with some scars. We're learning how to heal. We're learning how to be more self-sufficient. We are learning how to lean more into God and not into ourselves. We are learning how to input our faith over our fear. We have learned some valuable lessons in that we continue to learn because life is all about learning and evolving. And if you're not learning, you're being stagnant. And if you're not evolving, you're complacent. And you can't grow being comfortable. Beautiful things come out of uncomfortable situations. You know, they always say, you know, once you start having those uncomfortable conversations, that's when you see growth. Yeah, that's when you see growth because comfortability gets you nowhere. Sometimes you have to move into unfamiliar territory. Yeah, you have to move into unfamiliar territory to get that unfamiliar thing up out of you. Like sometimes you don't really know who you are because you're stuck in a place that's so familiar, so comfortable, so beautiful, so rays of sunshine. And then you're trying to figure out why aren't things going the way that you envision, right? And that's because you don't grow in comfortable situations. You don't grow in comfortable situations. You don't grow in comfortable situations. So tonight, I kind of just wanted to talk about, and granted, it is 4 o'clock in the morning, guys. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. And all day long, I have been saying, I need to do an episode. And I'm up doing hair, doing my nails, doing, beautifying myself for this new year, upcoming, whatever I have going on the next couple of days. And I just could not go to sleep without pressing record tonight. And I just seen 444. I couldn't go to sleep without pressing record tonight. Simply because I feel like a lot of people overlook the healing process. And I really want to touch on healing, because with healing comes growth, and with growth comes evolution, and with evolution comes such amazing things, right? With evolution, we create boundaries, healthy boundaries, right? We create healthy boundaries that we know how to articulate to other people. Like one of my boundaries, excuse me, I'm going to cough, y'all. Excuse me. But one of my boundaries is you're not going to play with me. I will not allow anyone to play with me in the year of 2024 and the rest of the year of 2023. I don't care how many days we got left. But this has been started a couple months ago, that nobody's going to play with me. Because if I'm not playing with me, why would I allow anybody else to play with me? That's my healthy boundary. And whatever it looks like for me in that moment that I see fit, if I feel like someone is doing something to me that I feel like, oh, you playing on my intelligence, or you playing on my heart, or you playing on my feelings, or you playing on my integrity, whatever it is, you ain't gonna play with me. That's my boundary. That's my number one boundary right there, because I'm gonna remove anything that I feel like is going to hinder me, and that I feel like it's going to challenge my peace. Because my peace is expensive in the year 2024. Nobody's going to come in my aura and disturb my peace. Because I've had that happen to me already. And I know what it feels like. And it doesn't feel good to have your peace disturbed. And you're trying to create the peace in the atmosphere with someone. But it can't be created, because that's not where your peace is anymore. You know? That's not where your peace is anymore. Some people trying to create peace in an atmosphere that your peace is no longer there. Your peace is no longer there. So what that means is you have to remove yourself. Come on now. It's going to be some jewels. It's going to be some words dropped in this episode. And I want y'all to catch them. But let's go back to healing. Because healing comes in so many stages. Like in the year of 2022, 2023, I have been healing. From loss. I have been healing from love. I have been healing from just uncomfortable places. And when you're healing, whether it's from losing someone to death, or losing someone in love, it takes time. It takes time. And oftentimes people just want you to pick up where you left off and act like everything is okay, and act like nothing ever happened, and act like, oh, life is still full of sunshine and roses. And deep down inside, you're probably dying every day, every night that you're alone. And, you know, you probably have one or two friends that you can really, or maybe just one, because you don't always have two friends that'll listen to your, you know what I'm trying to say. But every day you're probably dying on the inside, crying yourself to sleep, probably barely sleeping, and, you know, trying to dig yourself out of holes that you don't even know how to, right? And that's what the healing process is. Some nights you're not going to sleep. Some nights you're going to cry. Some nights you're going to be begging God to get you out of here, get you out of the situation. Begging God, asking him, why am I still feeling this way? Like, what is it that you want from me, that you're continuing to put me in this place where you know I'm hurting? You know what God gonna tell you? He's gonna tell you that I'm put you in that place because you didn't listen to me the first time. The first time I told you to remove yourself out of that situation, the first time that I told you that situation wasn't right for you, you decided to continue to go with the flow and continue to see where things go because it felt good and it was familiar and it was comfortable for you. So now I'm going to put you in the thick of it. And we're going to see how you're going to survive. Because when that shit hurt, it's going to hurt. And right now I'm talking about love. Healing from love hurts. It hurts. Can't nobody tell me no different. I remember seeing a Instagram post where a guy was talking to his granddad, and he asked his granddad what would he prefer, to die or to have his heart broken. And the granddad said, I'd rather die than have my heart broken because that shit hurt. It hurts. That shit hurt. And a lot of people overlook that. And a lot of people just want you to be okay. Just, girl, go on, a boy, please get over it. How can you get over something that you've invested in? Do you know what an investment is? That's just like investing money into a stock, and that stock just fails. All your money is gone. Everything you put in there, gone. All your time, gone. All of your efforts, gone. All of your love, gone. All of that is gone. Right? And you are sitting here like, I did all of this to get nothing. But I'm here to tell you, it's cliche what I'm about to say, but life is a lesson. Life is a lesson. We are here to learn, grow, and evolve, okay? And if you continue to think that, oh, why is this happening to me? Or why is this, that, and the third? Or whatever it is that you keep saying, why? You're never going to get it. You're never going to get it. Instead of asking why, just say thank you. Thank you for bringing me through this. Thank you for allowing me to experience what that love was about. Thank you for letting me see what it was that I did not need, or what it was that I did need from this individual to make me a better person today. Because I guarantee you, the way that you went in is not the way that you came out. You went in a different person than who you are now. You're coming out learning new things about yourself. You're coming out learning what it is that you're going to allow and what you're not going to allow. You're coming out with new boundaries, a newfound love for yourself, a newfound love for other people. Because whether you know it or not, failed relationships just teaches you how to treat your next partner. How you're going to treat them and how you're not going to treat them. Because you want something different. You want a different outcome. So the things that you used to do, you shouldn't be doing no more. Now, if you're just one of them people that just don't give a damn about, you know what I'm saying? You just one of them stuck people who just like, I am who I am. Take it or leave it. Then you're going to keep getting the same bull crap that you've been getting. I saw 444 again, y'all. You're going to keep getting the same bull crap that you've been getting. I promise you that. Every new set of every new relationship, every new whatever it is, situationship, relationship, fling, one night stand, it don't matter what it is. You're going to get the same thing every time because you don't know how to grow. All of that, oh, I am who I am. I am who I am. You're going to accept it or not. That's just me. Everybody know how I am. Nah, I don't know how you are. And I don't like that. I don't like that about you. So if you want to come over here, some things got to change. And you know, people say people change for the right person, right? You can't force nobody to be somebody that you need. When a person tell you they can't, believe them and let them go. Okay? When a person tells you that they can't do something or they can't give you something, believe them. And don't give them a chance to retract that statement. Block, delete, and move on, love. Trust me, it'll be the best decision you ever made in your life. It may hurt, it may sting, you know, but it's going to be the best decision you made in your life because guess what? You're going to learn how to focus back on you. You're going to put all your love and your energy back into yourself. All of those things that you've been putting on hold, guess what, are going to be bigger than ever. You're going to put yourself back in your business. You're going to put yourself back in your work, your money. All of that stuff is going to grow. All of that, because 9 times out of 10, whatever that was holding you back. It was holding you back from being the better version of yourself. Because you was so wrapped up in trying to fix someone else when you got a whole lot of things to fix in yourself, okay? Stop focusing on other people when you got some stuff you need to fix within you. That's what healing looks like. Healing looks like fixing you and not fixing other people, okay? So we're going to jump off of relationships and we're going to jump into healing from loss. Healing from losing someone close to you, you know? That's a hard pill to swallow too, you know? And I'm still dealing with that. Like my cousin got killed in 2022, April 4th. And I remember that day like it was yesterday. I remember the day like it was yesterday. It was the day that I got my Jeep Compass. I got my Jeep Compass that morning. And that night I got a call that my cousin was shot and killed. Or possibly killed. And we didn't know until we got to the hospital what the outcome was. And it's now December, whatever date, 2023. About to be 2024. And I still cry. I still cry. That was my first cousin. My brother. Grief is not an overnight thing. Grief is not a month. Grief is not a year. Grief is not 2 years. Grief is forever. Grief is a forever thing. It never goes away. It never stops hurting. Never. You just learn to deal. You learn to deal with it. You learn to compensate those feelings. You know, you just ask God for guidance when it comes to grief. Because every now and then I still cry about my grandma. You know, I still talk to her. I still want to hear her voice. I still want to hear her laugh. You know, grief is a forever thing. And so many people don't understand how people deal with grief differently. Everybody doesn't deal with it the same. Some people internalize that grief. Some people internalize it for life. And that's very unhealthy. But, you know, like I said, with life, you learn, you grow, and you evolve. And you learn how to deal with things differently, more healthy, you know. So for me, dealing with grief, I deal with it as it comes. I deal with it as it comes because it's still pretty heavy for me. So I deal with it as it comes. If I feel overwhelmed, if I have a moment where I'm thinking about my cousin, I just allow myself to cry. I allow myself to let me feel. Because why am I stopping myself from feeling that emotion? And that's why a lot of people go wrong, because you're trying to control your emotions. It's like, man, if you sad, if you hurt, let that out. If you feel like you gotta cry, cry. It don't make you weak. It don't make you less than. It don't make you soft. It don't make you none of that. We are human beings, and God gave us these emotions for a reason. God gave us these emotions for a reason. Express yourselves. Stop holding your tongue. Stop it. Tell people how you feel when you're feeling it. Because tomorrow is not promised. Hell, tonight is not promised. We're going into 2024, and there's going to be so many people that's not going to make it. It's going to be so many people that's not going to make it. Hell, I done already lost 2 of my family members within the last, not even a month spanned. They haven't made it into 2024. 2 of my family members, excluding my cousin, excluding my first cousin, I've lost 2 additional family members right before this year was out. So many people are not going to make it into 2024. So if you love somebody, tell them. If you got a chip on your shoulder from something somebody did to you, and you want to express that so that you can go into 2024 on a new vibe, tell them. Tell them in a healthy way so that you guys can move forward with life, and that you don't have that chip on your shoulder no more, and that you don't have this animosity towards anyone. Tell them. Especially if it was someone close to you. Let their ass know. Like, hey, I don't like how you was moving the other day. Or you remember that time like a couple months ago when you said X, Y, and Z? I didn't really appreciate it, and it made me feel like this. Healthy communication is important between friends, family, partners, your kids, associates, everybody. Everybody. So we coming up on a good 30 minutes, y'all. So I'm going to wrap this up. And I think the purpose of this episode is that healing takes time. Healing takes time, whether it's from grief, from love, from life, whatever it is. It takes time. It's not an overnight thing. It's not an overnight thing. It's not a month thing. It's not a year thing. Some things last forever. But the only thing that I know that what I do is give God the glory. And I put all my faith in him, and I'll allow him to guide me in the way that I need to go. And I trust that he would never steer me wrong. I trust that God will never steer me wrong. I trust that whatever I pray will come to fruition. That whatever light bulb he gives me is my path in life. And it's up to me to make it happen. It's up to me to make my grandmother proud. It's up to me to hear my cousin say, I see you, Black. You doing your thing. Keep doing what you're doing. That's what I live for. That's what I strive for. Life has a purpose. Life has a purpose, and everybody has a purpose. And at the end of the day, I just need y'all to pray, lean on God for all your understanding, Don't think that you can solve all these problems by yourself, because you can't. Don't confide in man, because man never knows anything. Ask God for clear guidance, and ask him to give you signs, and ask him to let you know when he's talking to you. Ask him to let you know when he's talking to you, so that you can know that this is him and not your own subconscious talking. Ask God to remove all of your distractions out of your life this come 2024. Because anything that is not serving you anymore needs to go. Ask God to allow those things to remove themselves out of your life. Ask him to allow them to remove themselves out of your life, and that for you to be okay with them leaving. That you don't fight with it. You just say, okay. And you'll be at peace, knowing that God removed them for you, and that you didn't have to do it for yourself. Now that's a peace that surpasses all understanding. That was the most powerful prayer I prayed for my life. For God to remove things out of my life that were no longer serving me. Allow them to remove themselves. Allow me not to fight it to stay. And allow me to say, okay. And I'm okay. Allow me never to look back. Never to try again. Because if it's gone, it wasn't meant to be. Whatever was not serving me was not for me. That's a powerful prayer to pray. But I need you to be ready to let go. I need you to be ready to let go. I need you to ask God for the power of discernment. The power to know what's for you and what's not for you. The power to know what's good and what's bad. Because sometimes we don't be knowing. Sometimes we think we know what's good for us, but then it really ain't good for us. And then we miss all the signs that God has given us to say that, hey, that's not good for you. But we so wrapped up in it. We don't see that. We don't see them signs. We don't be seeing those signs because we so wrapped up in what's all glitz and glam and beautiful and golden. That shit is the pits of hell. But we don't be seeing that. We don't see that because we be so into it. So into it that everything that, excuse me, that everything that is a sign for us to let go, we ignore it. So ask God for the power of discernment over your life. Ask God for clarity, guidance. Ask him to reveal your purpose if you're stuck. Because, baby, life is purposeful and you got a purpose. No matter what it is. Maybe it's for you to stay in your job, build your job, for you to move up in your job. That's purpose. For you to start making more money in your job, for you to become a manager, for you to become shift lead, for you to become something in your job. That's a purpose. Whether it's for you to create a business, that's a purpose. Whether it's for you to start your fitness journey, that's a purpose. For you to become a healthier version of yourself so that you can see yourself in a different light, in a different way. That's a purpose. Maybe your confidence is not that high and God is telling you that you need to get back on this fitness thing. You need to do this. You need to eat right. You need to do something. You need to do something for yourself. That's purpose. Purpose comes in many shapes, forms, and sizes, and many, many, many looks. It's not just about a business. Purpose is not just about business. It's not just about making money. It's not just about that. There's so many purposes in life that we just don't know. But you got to ask God to reveal your purpose. Maybe your purpose is to guide your kids in a different way. Maybe your purpose is to be more intentional. Maybe your purpose is just, you just never know. You got to ask God to reveal your purpose. Maybe your purpose is to be more into God. Maybe your purpose is to start something within your church home. Maybe your purpose is to start marathons and run and change the world. You just never know. You got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and end this right here. We're 30 minutes and a couple seconds in. And I love y'all. I love everyone who has tuned into my show. I was utterly surprised at the amount of shares and where my podcast has been shared. It just lets me know that I know that this is a part of my purpose. God has already revealed in me multiple purposes in my life, and they all geared towards the same outcome of just helping people evolve and be better. Just be better, building more confidence, more awareness, more everything, more alignment. That's my purpose. And if I can just be a light in somebody's life, I know that I have done my job. I have done my job. So yeah, life is purposeful. I need y'all to know that life is purposeful. You have a purpose. And God will reveal your purpose sooner or later. Keep your faith up high. Not even high. God said all I need is the faith of the size of a mustard seed, baby. And He's going to be right there with His arms wide open, waiting for you to come in. Okay. Good morning. Good night, my Lola babes. I love y'all. Peace.